You're currently at the Cleveland Institute of Music where you're wrapping up your master's degree, and you study with both Jamie Laredo and Malcolm Lowe, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, both wonderful violinists. But I want to talk a little bit about your work with Mr. Laredo, who is really one of the great violinists of the 20th century. Um, can you talk to us a little bit about how your work with them has shaped and molded your work as a violinist and musician today?
Well, do you know Mr. Laredo person?
I've talked to him in passing. I don't know him personally.
Well, I feel like anyone that knows Mr. Laredo just loves him. Like
Yeah,
it's he's a fantastic musician, but it's like as a person, he's just so kind. He's so
yeah,
kind and so generous, so genuine, and he just honestly loves music. He loves it with like every fiber of his being, and seeing that and being around that has been such an inspiration, and just remind me why I do what I do, and
mm,
um, he's really helped open up my playing. He's um, an amazing soloist, an amazing chamber player, and he has such a special sound, and
yeah,
he doesn't like to demonstrate in lessons. I It may be because he wants us to find our own sound, but I really feel like since I've been here, I've really opened up, um, and my sound has just improved.
mm.
And I had the opportunity to play with him. We did the Schumann Piano Quintet, and
Oh, okay.
just hearing him play, like he's first of all, he's still got it,
Yeah.
at 83, like it's so impressive. His work ethic, I actually organized his schedule for this past year, and he'll be like, oh, like I can't do the morning, I have to practice. I got to do my scales, and he does like
Yeah.
an hour of scales every day, and it just reminds me of like, was it Pablo Casals that was like said something about I still have so much to learn or something like
Mm,
that. Like
mm,
he really believes um in music,
yeah.
and and just seeing that love, and it's you know that I don't think that's ever wavered, and he's worked with like some of the most legendary composers, musicians, like artists, and he's played with like all these different people, and he'll just bring it up in my lesson casually, and I'm like, oh, like you worked with that person, like,
Right.
and I'm like, it's just kind of mind-boggling how humble he is,
Mm,
and I think it just boils down to that love for music. So
yeah.
yeah, I love Mr. Laredo, if you can't tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that quote, I think someone had asked him because he was like in his 90s and someone asked him why he still practiced 3 hours a day and I think he meant he kind of snarkily responded like, "Oh, I think I'm improving" or something like that. So I think that's the yeah. Yeah. Yeah, which I mean and the fact that Mr. Laredo still puts in that kind of time, it just I think it really is a testament to this idea as musicians, we're never a finished product. We're always able to grow. Always able to learn. And I think what's so wonderful about Mr. Laredo is he's so multifaceted. Like he was a violinist, he was a violist, conductor. Like he's literally done almost everything you can in the field of music. So I'm sure his insights are just, priceless. So
Yeah, it's been amazing. But my last lesson with him
mm,
was really meaningful because, well, I don't remember exactly why. I think something happened with the schedule, but we were having a lesson at his house, and I say we
mm,
because um, Paolo and I are playing Mozart's Sinfonia Concertante right now,
mm.
and that's a piece that he loves. He's played the violin part, the viola part, and conducted it like a bajillion times, and he
Yeah,
still loves it. He's still
yeah,
not sick of it, and um, so he knows that piece inside and out, and that was super
Mm,
cool. To
mm,
like he knew the violin part. He could give like bowings for and fingerings for the viola part. He like knew the orchestral part really well as he's conducted it, and so that I think really showed like how multifaceted he is.
yeah. Yeah. And I mean, uh, earlier you mentioned how he helped you open up your sound as a violinist. What specifically did he talk about with you to inspire you to open up more?
Well, in my lessons, I always joke that I come out exhausted because he just makes me play a lot. Like if I bring Tchaikovsky concerto to him, um, I'll play through the whole thing, and then I play through it again, and I play through it again. Like and then we like work on it like each movement by movement. So like
Mm,
he really just like believes um, in running through, and I think that's something that a lot of people can get kind of overthink things and
mm,
work in like really small details. And I think seeing um, like he really sees the big picture. And I think just running through something, um, you learn all these things about um, how the piece is right now in your fingers. And I record my lessons so I can go back and look. And I think just it gets you in like the performance mode as well. You're not so
mm,
much in the practice mode like we were talking about. So that has really helped open up my playing. And he's also just famous for more vibrato. Like
mm. Yeah.
yeah, it's he's great.
Yeah.